Hello everyone, this is Lorraine from Card Creations, and today I'd like to share another altered letter that I did for my friend Beulah, Scrapping Gigi, and she has been ill and is finally on the mend, and I get to spend the day with her tomorrow. So I'm going to give this as a glad you're feeling better gift. And so on this one I added a clock on the right hand side, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little bit and show you different areas of my altered letter. So I'm going to come up here and start at the top. Let me focus. Okay, I have a few things that I made. Well, first let's start off with the letter itself. I got the B from Michael's, and just like my last one, I glued two of the wooden letters together, and then I lined it with some black and white paper. Her room is black and white and green, so I went ahead and did the black and white. And I covered the perimeter of the B in some black and white paper. And let's see, okay, so let's go back over to this top part. I added some homemade flowers, and I have used a tutorial from YouTube from one of the ladies that does the homemade flowers, and I'll put a link to her video down below. And she always uses this snow text, and I gave it a go, and I really like the look of it. And so I did that at the top, added another small white flower here, and then I did a tutorial on how I stamped on these domino pieces. And since I had a little bit of a bird theme going on part of this altered letter, I stamped a feather and then this little bird here, and then in the middle I've got a little bird cage hanging. Okay, and then move back up here. I've got one of these $2 keys from Michael's, and it was white, and I used one of the Tim Holtz cutouts, forget what it's called. And then this is a little metal piece, and I distressed it with some black and white paint. And then here's another one of my dominoes that I did, and since she's Scrapping Gigi and she likes bees, I went ahead and stamped a bee on that one, on that domino, and a flower on the other side, and just made a little charm, and it's hanging off the key there. And then I made this little envelope, and she's always teasing me about these little tiny clothespins, so I added one to this little card, and let me see if I can open it. It's got a little card inside. I don't know if I'll be able to pull it out or not, one-handed, but it does have a little card. I'll probably just write a little message, or I don't know. Let's see what's in here. Oh, it's a little telegram. And so I used the same paper that I used on the back side of the side piece. Okay, and as we go down in here, I've added a wild orchid crafts flower and a little light bulb. I just love those light bulbs. I don't know if it goes with the theme or not, but I had to add one. I like the light bulb. And then I added some bling here on the side. And then this is one of the Butterbee Scraps filigree, and I distressed it with some gesso, and I added a pearl button there. Then I decorated the Tim Holtz altered dress, or the dress form, and I put some lace on it, and I actually cut some lace and attached it to the chipboard and made a little necklace. And then down here I added one, oops, sorry guys, my finger's in the way. And then this is another part of the same swirls from the Tim Holtz die. And then down here, since I have a dress form, I went ahead and added a little spool, some buttons, and some flowers. Oh, my finger keeps getting in the way. Some flowers inside, and then I have this tape measure that comes off the spool and comes across this way. And I just added a vintage stamp here, and then just a cluster of flowers, of mixed flowers here. And then I added a metal dragonfly right here. And then on this side I added a clock that I bought at Michael's. You can find all the fittings for the clock at Michael's. And then I lined the top up here with some paper doilies, and then some flat back pearls that come along down here and across the bottom. So that's pretty much the front of my altered letter B, and I'm just going to show you the mechanics of the back part of the my clock, altered letter clock, I don't know what to call it. And this is the clock fittings on the back, and I just added a piece of chipboard to make the front a little tighter, and that way the clock wouldn't move. And that's pretty much it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it back to the front. And now I need to make myself one. I love the way this one came out, and I made another one. If you didn't get a chance to see it, I have it posted here on my blog at cardcreationsbylorraine.blogspot.com, and as well as my YouTube channel, Max and Sochi. And thanks everybody for watching.